back to Wednesday night briefly.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about that second half performance in the second 45 minutes. I wonder where that 45 minutes as a sort of kind of a piece of work, as a sort of kind of play, ranks amongst your halves of football during nearly 6 years as manager.
To be honest, in what we delivered, very unexpected, because to score that many goals against Atletico in 96 minutes, very difficult. To do it in the period that we did, even more. So it's an element of surprise that caught me surprised, because then I was thinking about the subs, and I wanted to do certain sub, and the moment we scored a goal, and then I was thinking, maybe I do something else, and when I had, okay, I think this is better, we scored another goal, so then I didn't have a clue what to do, so I needed some time to go back and say, okay, maybe something else is better. But it was a special night, because it was a really different context and test against us, against a team and a manager that I rate very, very highly, and we had a really strong performance.
And it sort of leads on to the next question of where you think it's kind of the team is playing right now. Is it the best performances, results, consistency that you've had here? It certainly feels like it. You started the season so solidly, so well.
Well, probably is one of the best, because when we looked at the fixtures that we had at the start of the season, it was very difficult. We have a lot of new players, which is very exciting, but at the end as well, those players need to glide and get settled and start to perform in the team, and that process has been quite fast and very efficient. So it gives us a good platform for the rest of the season, and now it's okay building and maintaining that momentum, because that's very important in football.
Is it easier, better to lead from the front? You set yourselves at the front.
I don't know. What is good is to have the feeling that the team has the resources and the capacity to perform at the highest level, and that gives you reassurances. Which that's it, and the rest. Let's see. I think there will be a lot of up and downs throughout the season. Hopefully, we can be very, very stable, but we need to prepare for everything.
Jordan.
Sir Alex Ferguson once said that attackers win you games, but defences win you titles. Is that along your thinking and mindset, that attacking is great, but really it is underpinned by that defence?
When you look at his title and who talks about this topic and in the manner and the reason why, you have to really put that, I think, as a big message in your office, because you know that gives you one of the biggest platforms to win titles, and it's something that he did consistently, so he's right.
Is it hard to do that when the sexy part of football is scoring goals? The defending isn't the bit that gets people excited, but it's so important, and it's the difference between, as you've done, finishing second and finishing.
Yeah, but we defend to score more goals. We defend to attack better. That's the purpose. That's the reason why we defend. That's the intention that we defend. It's not just not to concede a goal or to avoid opposition certain spaces. It's we have that aim. We have that mindset. The way we defend, and the rest, I think it will happen in better conditions, hopefully, especially in the areas that we want to defend.
And just finally, on Gabby, he defends like a world-class defender and he attacks like a world-class attacker. Has he almost ripped up the definition of what a centre-back is now, and is he redefining? Our club's now going to be looking in the market wanting to sign someone like that rather than the traditional centre-back we've seen?
Yes, I think it depends what you want from your centre-back. If you ask me, I want somebody first that dominates both boxes and masters that. And then, yeah, he can do that, he can do that, he can do that. Great, but the first two things are them. And then Gavi as well, he's grown. I mean, when you look at his presence, the way he leads the team, the way he talks to people, when you look at his body language, it's a lot of things there to like, and it's not a coincidence that he has evolved into one of the best centre-backs in the world.
And there could be a time when centre-backs are worth just as much as strikers, if they all become like Gabby when they're scoring goals.
Well, I don't know to what point, but obviously, yeah, a few names come to my head that they've been very, very expensive already, so that tells you how important they are.
And what names are they?
A few. You are much better than me with data.
Issa?
Hi, Mikel. With obviously set pieces, you've again this season been very, very good at them. Obviously, Gabby seems to be at the fore of that. How has he transform his game in terms of that aerial ability. Why is it, do you think, that when teams are up against Arsenal in their boxes, they just seem petrified, particularly of Gabby in these certain scenarios?
Mm. Well, I think it's belief. It's you can do. I can tell you go and run to the first post, and you can do it with certain behavior, energy, attitude, belief, or conviction. And Gabby's is tremendous. The team's belief is really, really high, and that's the start of everything. And you can create that in the opponent. Is a good mix.
Set piece, of course, are a very big part of just football in general these days. In a week, then, how much would you say practice on set pieces? Is it a significant portion? Is it just bits and bobs here and there?
Well, yeah, it's everything obviously very planned where we want to invest the time basically, and what is going to give us the biggest value. That's where we want to put our focus, and in relation to the opponent will be different, and as well obviously the fixtures and the days that we have to prepare will have to manipulate that in the most efficient way.
We've obviously seen Victor Gyökeres obviously back in the goals again. With his position in the team, when Kai Havertz obviously comes back, how do you see them two intertwining with each other? Is it a case of one plays, one's on the bench, or how does that work?
I leave that headache for a little bit longer. So the closer we get, I will start to think a little bit more about that. But yeah, my perception is that those players can play together without a question. We will try to find the best way in relation to where the team is in that moment as well.
Okay, last couple, John.
Hi.
Hi.
With Eze, could you tell us how you think he's done in his first few weeks at Arsenal? What he's done well and what you could improve on?
Well, he's done a lot of things very well. First of all, when you come to a different context, especially the amount of game that he's playing, that he hasn't played every 3 days that often, his availability and the capacity he has to perform has been really good. His understanding of, our understanding of him, I think, is much better now as well, and the understanding of him towards what the team needs to exploit his qualities as well. And